up, everyone? It's the Nation of Podcation Daily Podcast. I'm O'Shea. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Yes, I'm still out of town, hardly home, always repping 317. Anyway, we got two down south legends, two of the greatest producers of all time. We got Lil Jon, we got DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia, talking about where CRUNK came from, who started the hype movement down south. Now, me personally, I'm probably going to give credit, and I'm not even, CRUNK came from Atlanta. You know, Buck came from Memphis, and, you know, the hype music that made you feel that kind of way. Me personally, I think it started with Master P and I'm Bout It, and some of those songs that came out in 96 from Master P. How you do that there? You know, all of that type of stuff. I think that's where it kind of started, and then it evolved. Atlanta did their own thing with it. Memphis did their own thing with it. But, you know, everybody down south needs to get credit for this, for the CRUNK movement. Atlanta was the one to come up with the term, the CRUNK term, being in the club, you know, acting crazy in the club, the fight music and stuff like that. But let's take a look at these two legends, these two super producers, these two icons down south, as they talk about where CRUNK came from, where Buck came from, who started this hype music. Let's tune in.
There he is.
How you doing, man?
Nigga, we got the internet on fire right now.
Yeah, I know it. It's crazy. this been going on for 100 years, though.
I know, nigga. Like, this shit hit TMZ. You know, TMZ put a story up about this shit.
Really?
Yes, TMZ got
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So I just want to get you, so me and you could talk in front of the whole goddamn world, and they can understand what the fuck really going on and hear full context. Because I think people are like my Breakfast Club interview, people, Memphis niggas is crazy. I'm gonna just say that. Memphis niggas is crazy. They on the internet going fucking crazy. They missed a lot of
Memphis crazy.
Yeah, I know. They missed a lot of the context of what I was saying. So I'm gonna start, in case you didn't see the whole interview. I started, they asked me how did CRUNK, like the origins of CRUNK or some shit like that.
Yeah, I saw that part.
But I started when I think I had maybe talked before this about bass music. I said Atlanta was all about bass. And here's what I was trying to say in the whole, my definition. I was trying to let people know where the origins of the energy of what helped to change the culture in the city to develop into what turned into CRUNK. So it started with bass music, as we know. And all I was saying, I didn't never say Master P started CRUNK. I said Master P basically changed the fucking energy of the South. Because when Master P came, I was DJing, remember the 559 in Atlanta?
Yeah, of course.
I used to DJ at the 559. It was all bass music. And I remember when Master P came out, when that Bout It hit, it was no more bass music. Mm-hmm. It killed bass music. It was done. And all I was trying to say was that was when, from my recollection of Atlanta, because I don't live in Memphis, because that's what Memphis niggas is coming at me for. It was like, we've been CRUNK since this, and this came out, and I was like, I'm thinking, I wasn't in Memphis, nigga. We didn't know Memphis records like that. We weren't really.
I mean,
in the
y'all
club
knew Memphis records. Y'all knew Memphis records.
In the club.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm not talking about niggas in the cars. Let's talk about what ran the culture of the nightclubs.
All right.
And I want to add this to everybody on the internet. If you wasn't 21 in the 90s, you can't get in this conversation.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the whole thing started from kids.
Right, because we know what it is. We've been friends for 25 something years.
Yeah.
I always pay homage to 3-6 motherfucking Mafia.
Yeah,
and the first motherfuckers I say is Ball and G, who was the godfathers of Memphis.
Yep, all the OGs in Atlanta always show love to Memphis and always talked about that, you know, like always talked about, like, you know, from Killer Mike, you know, Big Boy from Outkast, I can go for days. Niggas always like Man, 3 6 Mafia, that Crunk, they always, gave us our credit, but it was like the kids didn't know it. I get it.
Right.
I get
Well,
it.
that's why we have to get on and talk about it. And
But but this what people not realizing. A lot of people confused because they saying, who created crunk, this and that. And I was telling people, it's not even about the word crunk.
Right.
Memphis is not claiming that we was the first people to use crunk. We never used that. The overall, what the conversation was about is the style of music.
Right.
Like Jazzy Face said on the evolution of hip hop, the directional music, like hit a motherfucker, tear the club up, do this, do that. The music that hypnotized minds and made you destroy some shit.
Yeah.
That's what 3 6 Mafia came up with. Can we agree on that?
I'll give you that. And I'm gonna give you
that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about crunk. Like, we wasn't the first people to say the word crunk. We were saying get buck. We were saying buck.
That's what I said on the Breakfast Club. I said Memphis was get buck. And I even gave y'all further credit because I can't put y'all in that. Y'all have y'all own distinct shit. I was like, because he was like, well, what do you call 3 6? I was like, they distinct. They are in their own lane from what they created. And to even give them further more context to what you saying, I was talking about, like I'm talking about the clubs, right? The influence of the nightclubs, like I said, in Atlanta, Master P changed the energy. It, right? And then at the same time, we was like, we can go back to like lay it down. Niggas was tearing the club up to lay it down, and shit like that. And then when 3 6 Mafia, that's also what I was saying, when Tear the Club Up 97, that's when I remember really getting on 3 6. When it hit a motherfucker come out, it was around that time too?
97.
Yeah. See, that's when Atlanta got, from me, I remember, that's when we really was like, oh shit, these niggas is fucking crazy. And it changed the energy also and made people want to make music like that. Cause you had the club. That's what people have to understand. When you own the club, you influence everybody else.
Yeah. So to speak on that, I get what you're saying now, because you're looking at it as the aspect of you DJing in the club.
All right, Nation, there you have it. Now, me personally, like I said, I'm going to stick with No Limit and Master P because they the ones that had you doing all of this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, getting hype when a lot of folks, they was doing more, like East Coast was more lyrics, West Coast was more vibes, you know what I'm saying? So down south, they gave us that, that fight music, that, you know what I mean? They had that essence about it right there. Then, 3 6 Mafia, they came, with the Tear the Club Up thugs and all of that kind of stuff. And then you had the crunk movement from Atlanta where you had, your Lil Johns of the world, your Lil Scrappies of the world, your Yin Yang Twins of the world, your, just everybody down there. They had that whole vibe going on, you know what I'm saying? And that was a time for hip hop, your crime mobs of the world, all of that, kind of spun from the down south crunk music, if you want to call it that, rowdy music era, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I don't know where you want to give the credit to. Like I said, I give it to Master P. He was the one that kind of started that. Oh, how you do that there? You know what I'm saying? And then I think 3 6 would be next with their fight music. And then crunk, if we're talking just crunk came from Atlanta, but that type of music, I think it started in New Orleans with Master P. Nation, what do y'all feel? Where do you think crunk came from? Or the crunk music era, the fight music era, the hype music era? Who do you think is responsible for it? Was it 3 6? Was it Master P? Was it Lil Jon? Who's the king of it? Nation, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button on your way out.